Ladies, answer me this. Why do you insist on scrolling through Netflix for 45 minutes only to land on a show we've seen 10 times? Does this happen to you? And why?
Well, this is going to be a fun episode. Well, let's get into it.
We are just two guys navigating this chapter called midlife. What started as two friends swapping stories that turned into a quest to answer life's biggest questions about this mid-crisis mystery. Join us as we talk it out, laugh through the chaos, and get real about the struggles. This is our podcast. This is our question. Is it menopause or menopause?
Where do we even start with this one?
Well, is this a thing at your house? Who picks at your house?
Me.
You pick.
And I scroll for 45 minutes.
Well, I was wondering.
I know. I see. I'm like,
the same way.
Here's what we're talking about today, but
Yeah.
it's me. And it's probably because, well, I don't want her to choose.
Because it's going to be a love story, Christmas
45
thing.
minutes down to the whole thing. So,
Yeah.
those of you listening at home, it's funny. When we get together for these podcasts, we typically, we want to loosen up a little, have some, let's say,
cocktails
libations that we won't name the brands of. Because
That's right.
How do sponsors pay for,
They can contact us at our email address down in the description.
Yeah. But let's say we're having Coolie Pops, whatever we want, a hot toddies, whatever the case may be. We talk beforehand. So today we're in one of those interesting days where Jeff Bright's wife is home, and we had pre-conversations, and we were laughing about this very, very topic.
Yeah.
Who picks and why? And we were talking about Netflix Christmas specials. That's what we
now
gotta
more
get
than
into
ever.
right there.
'Cause
Now more than ever.
It's Christmas season. We're in December here in Canada, and it's a thing. Watching movies is a big problem.
It's a thing. So why don't we dive right into the exact laughs we were having right before this? And that was this.
There's no sense. Yeah.
Why beat around the bush? I think what we came up with in all the foreshadowing is we are a bunch of cynical assholes. Wait, where was that? That's supposed to block out the when I say assholes. Don't do that. Real bad.
We'll figure this out.
Stay tuned. Please don't log out. We're learning our new board. So where we're going with this is it is I have a wonderful wife who loves the magic of Christmas and rom-coms and has that rom-com brain and everything special that we love about our women, that we want, that innocence and that I'm not going to say childlike behavior, but that freshness where we have, let's say at our age, adapted to the cynicalism of life.
Well, you say as we get older, we seem to be more cynical.
So
we seem to be more aggressive.
we're watching the other night a movie where somebody is 1 year from today, we're going to meet outside of a movie theater and I'm going to have red roses and everything's going to be romantic. And I'm watching the whole time going, that's not going to happen. Do you know what occurs in 365 days before that shit? Your taxes are due and this guy's going to find another chick by then. He's not going a year without getting laid. You know what I'm saying? It's colossal disappointment setting up. And that's all I'm thinking about the whole film. And you're waiting for that other shoe to drop. In the meantime, you're cuddling with your wife beside you on the couch and you're watching this and the fireplace is roaring and you got your hot teas or ciders beside you. It's Christmas spirit and you're in the magical glow and you're looking beside you and this glorious woman beside you is like, aw. This hits me right in the feels.
I'm usually asleep.
I'm usually
sleeping by this
Of course
point.
you are.
I have missed every single Christmas movie.
but here you are, and it's kind of like years ago I watched this thing, and it was my kid who on the best day is the poster child for ADHD. But we're 4 years old and we're walking around the block and he's got his little scooter, and a walk around the block, which should take 20 minutes for anybody else, takes 5 hours. I'm like, what the hell is going on? It's because every worm crawling out of the ground, every butterfly, everything, he's got to stop and look at. And I'm like, what the hell? You get so irritated. Much the same as, your wife watching a Christmas movie. But I remember watching a thing once that said, imagine for a second you land an airplane in Tokyo. First time ever. And you get out and every sign is in hieroglyphics. And every poster and nothing. You recognize a picture of a toilet and you're like, I guess I'm going to go in there. But this is a whole new world to you. You got to take it in, absorb it, learn it, figure out what to do. That's a kid the first time walking around the block looking at a butterfly. Relax and pretend that's you
Take
the
it
first
in.
time I
Let
took
them
it.
take it
Take
in,
it
yeah.
in and blah, blah, stop and smell the roses, if you will. And I think at our age and at our point of life and the whole, menopause thing where what are we going through and what are we looking at the world through these eyes?
That's right.
It is truly, why can't we just stop and go back to the simpler times where we can watch the Christmas story and not think about why the hell is he sticking his tongue to that flagpole, the idiot? We put ourselves back in the shoes of the sixth grader who says, yeah, I wonder what that tastes like.
I think we that's a very valid point, but I think we can. But that's I don't think what we're talking about. I think that is a very innocent approach and look to those sort of things.
Isn't that what our wives do when they see somebody outside of a movie theater with roses a year later? Aren't they like, ah?
Absolutely.
They're not thinking about the logistics behind it, whereas we are.
However, that approach is still new to them, whereas we've been through it 1,000 times.
1,000 times.
So I think that's where we're at. Whereas it's like that's not true. That's not how this sort of thing happens. Like the whole. What was the movie where the guy had a ghetto blaster above his head playing?
Oh yeah. John Cusack and
Yes.
yeah, I know exactly what
So
you're talking about.
and that's what they think. That's what it should.
Life
be.
is a rom-com. This is how reality is, and it's not reality.
It's not reality.
Unfortunately. But
Yeah. Oh, it might be at first.
sure.
It might be at first.
It happens. You know what else happens? People win the lottery. But
That's good.
But
point.
one
Same
in,
idea.
1 in 50 million
Yeah.
people win the lottery. And you always want to dream big and blah, blah, blah. But I think that we are fortunate enough to have women in our lives. And I think every man out there listening is fortunate to have a woman in their lives saying, why can't you do that? Why don't you wait outside of a movie theater next Christmas? Why don't we have this rom-com? And we're looking at it going, because we got bills to pay, because it's cold outside. This guy's not even wearing earmuffs, for God's sake. You know what I mean? He's going to catch hypothermia. Because that's where our cynical brains go, because we're logistic thinkers.
Logical thinkers, yeah.
We're logical and not emotional. And I think the very essence of this show is emotions versus rational.
Okay, well, this brings up another point about same idea. So that is a very lovey-dovey situation where you're going to bring roses and the girl's going to come out of the movie theater looking for you because she bought her tickets and stuff like. And then you're going to have the roses. Oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever.
They're going to wilt by the end of the show. That's 3 hours in a heated
And
theater.
you overpaid for them for
Absolutely.
one. So already we're out of it. I forget what I was going to say now.
I don't know, but there's the logical thinking is, why the hell, Valentine's Day, why the hell am I buying $300 roses to meet you at a restaurant that are all going to wilt away and blah, blah, you know what I mean? Like I'm going to spend $300 on a spa treatment for the day or something. But I think no matter what we come down to, and I'm going to side with the women on this one, not with the menopause listeners, is we are cynical assholes. I wish I was the type who could just sit back and watch for the first time and say, yes, Santa Claus is real. And yes, that guy's waiting outside of the theater with roses for me. Because it's the same,
agree.
plateau.
I agree. Yeah.
It truly is. I wish I still believed in the Tooth Fairy and the Easter Bunny and Santa Claus. Shit, I hope we don't have listeners that.
Well,
we got any 8-year-olds listening.
It doesn't matter if you don't believe; it's still real.
But the point
still a
is it's the magic. It's the magic of Christmas. It's the magic of the romanticisms. It's the John Cusack holding the ghetto blaster over his head, saying, "Yeah, we're here."
So
to save the day.
in that logic, that magic is awesome. However, the next day after the magic happens that evening, your wife seems to be, "Why did you snore so loud last night? I had to sleep on the couch. Why do you stink?
Back to reality.
Why don't you go shower? Why don't you shave? Why do you have so much stubble going on? Why did you remember to paint the bathroom this weekend?" That's reality.
Yeah,
The roses are not reality.
I'm gonna misquote this, but same thing. Before this episode, we were talking, and you're like, "Okay, so you want me to be the guy waiting with roses at the end, but you also want me to choke you later on and blah, blah." Yeah, but
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm allowed to yell at you and say, "Get in here and do this right now," but I'm not allowed to yell at you and say, "You did this wrong last night." Man, pick or choose. We're not my
It's on their terms. We don't have terms. It's
don't
on their
have terms.
terms.
We
We
don't have
just follow. We are animals that follow along, and we just do it because they hold the power.
So,
No, it's not even that. Yes, it is.
So
Who we
interestingly enough, if we can divert conversation for a little bit here, because we were talking about, the topic is who chooses what to watch on TV and what's available on TV and blah blah blah. First of all, I will tell you openly, and we've talked about not bringing our wives into the picture and either glorifying them or bashing them and being careful that it's a slippery slope that we walk.
They are coming. They are coming. It's going to happen.
Oh my Lord.
Sooner or later, it's going to happen.
But
I have plans.
this is one that I'll openly say to her face or to anybody's face or to my family's face at Christmas about in general. My wife loves reality television. My God, we're watching Vanderpumps or Kardashians or somebody selling something at sunset at whatever it is. But here's what I'll tell you what it is. It's a bunch of Botox, unhappy,
Fake.
stuff.
Fake. Yeah, everything set up and fake.
Shit. It's fake, and it's all stabbing each other in the back, and it's all, oh my God.
But that's what people want to watch.
I know, it sells.
Nobody watches normal.
And they love it. And I mean, they absolutely do. It's not, but you know what I want to watch? I want to watch Graham Hancock talk about the pyramids in Egypt. Like that's fun for me. I genuinely enjoy that stuff. And if I have to watch something that's fiction, throw me Mark Wahlberg shooting a gun at something somewhere or a James Bond movie, whatever. Something keep my mind
keep
a crime
going.
thriller, but not junk, not garbage, not Kardashians, not somebody crap, not
that's
crap.
Right.
But my wife's
not crap to them.
But my life, it's not crap to them. You know what's crap to them? Mark Wahlberg shooting at something.
No, that's not true. Because Mark Wahlberg,
unless he's wearing gray jogging pants.
Yeah, he's got it going on.
Yeah, no, I'd show him the 50 states.
He's too small. He's just a small guy.
I think where I'm going with that is,
the 50 states.
That's Jason Bateman and whatever. I bend him over a barrel and show him the 50 states. Is that a thing? It is now. We just said it. So. There's going to be a lot of references on here, which is we support all. But overall, I think that my wife is influenced by these. I think that she goes out and says, "You know what I need? Better hair, better eyes, better makeup, $20,000 engagement rings. I need to be able to lose an earring in the Pacific Ocean and say, oh my God, this is a whole episode because
you'll find it.
Go find that. You know what? We're getting metal detect, whatever it takes.
You swim down there and find it.
First, oh my God.
If you love me, you'll find it.
This isn't drama. This is real life. That's a mortgage payment. Like, come on. These are genuine conversations where I think that our wives are absolutely influenced by reality television. So I don't endorse. The question was earlier, who decides what to watch and what's on TV now? Do you know what's on TV? Kardashians and Vanderpumps.
Yeah, it's the reality show stuff that people, I think that are, well, we've had this conversation a lot about what people post online, on social. And most people post all the happies. And I always said, why don't people post the crappies? Right? Yeah. And it is like, well, me and my husband fought last night over what we watched. And he didn't want to watch a thing, and I want to watch this thing, and now I'm sleeping on the couch and he's sleeping in the bed snoring. Yeah. Why don't people post that?
Well, yeah, because nobody wants it.
But do they or don't they? You know, we say this. Now, this is the one thing I thought of. I'm like, I probably wouldn't want to watch it. But then also, if you're in a group of people talking, that's all they talk about is other people. Oh my God, did you hear about Laura and Steve?
Right.
They're going to break up because she wants to get breast implants. And
is that a thing?
What?
Are Steve and Laura, they got problems right now?
But she's posting inspirational quotes.
Probably pictures of the kids.
He's going to the gym. He's posting gym pictures.
It's trouble.
We know they're breaking up, right? Yeah. We know it's complicated.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but you see what I mean? So we appreciate that in a general, normal conversation in real life, but then we don't want to see it on social media. I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? Why post the happies and not the crappies? That's all I'm saying.
Oh my God.
Because it's a thing. It would be a whole thing. It could be a whole legit. Could you imagine? I don't appreciate my wife peeing in the bathroom with the door open. And yet we do it.
This took us sideways. You know what? We're talking about
the same thing.
We're looking at
why do people post that?
Clothing brands and like logos for our podcast and whatnot. Happies versus crappies, man. That's the new hashtag. Holy crap! How do we not think of this?
We just did it right now.
Yeah, but yeah, honestly, social media and everything. You're right. We post happies, not crappies.
Yeah,
and when you do post crappies, people get mad at you. But you're right. When it's just the two of you in a room, did you hear what Laura and Steve did this week? Like
Laura and Steve have some problems.
They do have problems. Yeah,
we're gonna hook up. We're gonna talk to
pictures. By the way,
I'm gonna talk to Laura.
I don't know if these get posted, but mutual friends of ours recently, he's posting gym pictures like buffing it up at 3 p.m. and she's posting pictures of the kids, and I'm like, huh.
It's complicated.
It's complicated. That's not happy. You know who's picking Netflix episodes that night? Neither one of them.
Neither
They're
one
in
of them.
separate room watching like two different versions of Pornhub.
Their side pieces are picking up. Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
Oh boy.
And people don't. This is way off topic, but I don't understand how people don't understand that. Like when you start posting inspirational quotes or things of like relationship quotes, we know you're fighting with your spouse. Everyone knows that.
So genuine thing. This is a conversation I have at home, and trying to keep personal out of it, but it's hard to sometimes not overlap that. But if there are times where my wife and I are, let's say going through an argument for a couple of days, do you know how I know it? There's a post on Instagram saying, "Happy Monday, ladies. Positive vibes out there." Blah blah. I'm like, oh, so everybody knows.
Feminist movement.
Everybody knows we're that's biggest. I'm not saying it's a feminist movement. I'm like, why are we preaching out there? Why are we telling the world that
why do you need validation from your friends that it's
why
a
do we
thing?
need validation?
Yeah.
Right. I'll tell you what. This has never happened, but if I'm absolutely in a fight with my wife,
Wink, wink.
wink wink. No, but if I'm absolutely pick a topic, finances, kids, anything. Name something right now, randomly.
Cheating.
Okay. Let's say that my wife comes home and says, "I think you've been cheating on me."
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, you know what? This is a problem we should probably break down. This is a problem we should probably talk about, blah, blah. What I'm not going to go is change my profile picture to say, "No cheating today, fellas." Loyalty at home, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to announce it. Why would I even do this? That's like getting a police interrogation and saying, "I don't know why I'm here, but I didn't currently shoplift anything from Walmart. I can tell you that."
Okay.
All right, well, we're going down that path.
I have to interrupt you because the funniest thing I seen, of course, was on TikTok, and the guy, she was blaming him as a cheater. He's like, "You think I'm a cheater? I cheated once." He goes, "You think if I cut a haircut, I'm a barber?" She's like, "Son of a," that's a valid point.
You got me there. Jesus Christ.
That was funny. No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
I think we live in a world right now where, God, we're so far off topic on this episode, but I love it. And I think that's what we do in our episodes. But our reality TV, which is 50% of TV right now. And if we go back to, you know what? Let's you and I mean, we're talking Jeff Bright, circa mullet, unibrow, fucking 1991,
Well, that's,
1995. I'm talking. What were our options on the radio?
All my counseling.
Our options on the radio were rock music, classic rock, oldies, rap. We had
barely rap at that time.
Barely rap, 4 genres, and there was Merle Haggard, country. We had 5 genres on the radio. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the world took a turn, and then all of a sudden we had new country, like Garth Brooks, Tim McGraw, blah blah blah. We had new rap. You had Belle Biv DeVoe versus Beastie Boys. Oldies became different.
Hair metal, grunge.
Now I don't even know what we have. We have 74 different types of genres on music and stuff like that.
Rap country. There's reggae country I just heard the other day, which actually was pretty good. I got to admit, it was pretty good. If I can have that clip, I'll play that clip.
Man,
because it was really good.
I don't even know where my brain was going with that, but what it's diversification. It's God, I'm like Theo Von right now. I forget what I was talking about. We're circling back to shit. Oh my God. For those of you listening at home, keep listening. I just had a brain fart, and these things happen. We've set up the world where we have so many different things out there now, genres on TV, that it becomes reality.
Yeah.
It becomes reality. That we were talking the Mormon Housewives of Utah or whatever, where they're all swinging and upside down pineapples and I'm like, oh my God, this is happening. But the problem is my wife watches this shit, and then it becomes reality, and then it becomes expectations, but they're unrealistic expectations.
Yes,
they are unrealistic expectations. So we can't. Not only can't I match that vibe, I don't want to match that vibe. I don't even want to be involved in that shit. Please don't post positive Instagram photos or negative ones. Please don't. You know what? Just don't put our shit out there, because at the end of the day, it's you and me against the world.
That's what it should be.
It's what it is.
So
and I mean, if I'm in a loving relationship, and I am in a loving relationship, it's you and me against the world. Let's figure this shit out together, and let's not post out to the world, "Hey, we're doing this right now."
One of the, and I'm gonna butcher this quote, but one of the things was, one of the quotes I saw was interesting about relationships, and it said, "Excuse me, I have to go look on Facebook to tell me how I feel about the situation."
Right.
And I was like, oh man, that hits home, because you hear so much of that. You know, and talking about relationships and things like that. Same idea. Look
So-
online.
Let's talk about we're at home. Let's talk about we're at home. It's a random Tuesday night. The kids are in bed. Long work day. We're putting our lives aside, and it's time for let's pick an episode on TV. We started this episode with does she choose or do we choose or blah blah blah. What if it's time for Netflix and chill
On a Tuesday?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Look at now we're talking. This is going crazy.
We're circling
this
back to the
conversation.
lottery winner.
This conversation's gone just a little crazy. Tuesday night. Well, doesn't matter.
So I got the perfect.
Shouldn't matter.
I got the perfect way to realm
Not
into
at this age.
I don't know if you're this way, but I would say the majority of people are this way. Let's say that I don't know. Let's say you're you're in your late 40s and you're a huge Star Trek or let's say you're a Star Wars fan. Okay, there's lots of those listening right now. You're a Star Wars fan, and you've got this woman in your life, and I'm not, by the way. So I don't know. Luke Skywalker and Han Solo, like that's a genre.
Princess Leia, dude, with Jabba the Hutt. Do you remember that with the buns?
Oh, yes,
Damn.
I do.
It's like Kelly Bundy.
Too little. Oh, Mike, don't even get into that. No, ma'am. But let's say that
need a moment.
let's say we're there, and let's say we're dating again, or I want my significant other to be a part of this with me. So let's watch this movie. You're hyper focused. You can't wait for this, and they're shining their nails or they're Instagramming friends or blah, blah, blah. And you're like, oh, you're missing the best part. How did you get up to
Don't do
pee
it.
during the part where, oh my God, that Darth Vader's Luke's father. How did you miss that? You're like, oh, we're not connected. We're no longer soul mates because, you're not as interested
That's
in this
not
as me,
it.
right?
That's not it.
Now, is it the same thing when Kim Kardashian loses a ring or a boyfriend breaks up with her? Oh my God, Keith, you're not invested in this? No, I'm not invested in that. You know what I'm doing? I'm happy having my arm around you, grabbing a little tit action over here or cuddling. I'm in the moment. I'm in the room. But you know what I'm doing at the same time? I'm probably crushing candies with my left hand on this phone or scrolling something because I don't give a shit what's happening on the TV. What I do know is it's connection time. We're here together, but am I in the moment? I would be mad, and I am mad often. We're watching, Indiana Jones. I'm like, oh, it's the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and she's like, I don't know what you're talking about over here, but I do know that
I'm getting a high score over here.
Steve and Laura are posting pictures of the kids.
They're still breaking up.
They're still breaking up. I'm like, what? I don't care about Steve and Laura,
Yeah.
and you're not connected with me right now. Are we the same cynical assholes doing that to our wives? And we are. The answer is yes.
No. Okay,
I'm a
here's the
dick
difference.
right now. Shit, I just had that epiphany.
Here's the difference. I think you just said it, though. If we want them to watch something of us, they don't.
Valid.
But if we do, we watch it with our arm around, copping a feel, but we're still killing it on Candy Crush. But we're putting half of the effort.
I can multitask.
Do they maybe?
No.
I think like if you're watching I can't even think of like overhauling a car show.
Sure.
They're not watching it.
No.
Within seconds their phone is out. Their arm's not around you going, "Oh, I didn't know you could build a transmission like that."
I could watch Orange County Choppers while getting a glub. The old Hawk Tua. I'd be like, yeah,
That's a different story. That's a different story. Yeah, I'll watch that show too if that's what it gets.
You go ahead and watch Kardashians. I'll be eating at the Y tonight while you're like.
This brings up a situation. Do you watch shows that force that into fruition?
So that's a valid
From a guy.
Hold on.
From a
Let's
guy's
bring that.
or from a girl's point of view.
Am I setting the
It could be
mood?
both. We just don't know it that they're doing it to us.
Here's a valid thing. This is a true story. I don't know that I ever told you this. Self-deprecating, but not. For the listeners at
This
home,
is really good.
the red Solo cups with the non-verified liquid inside of them, so we can get sponsors later.
Yes.
It may be some kind of a whiskey, but we don't know which kind.
Maybe it's whiskey. Maybe
You
it's
at
not.
home get to choose which kind of whiskey we drink. Yeah. Just a heads up, if Wisers happens to be listening, we're in the
Say
market for
that.
some, not Wisers, not Jack
No,
Daniels.
if we're none the wiser.
If we're none the wiser, yes.
But my Uncle Jack likes to stop by once in a while.
With his girlfriend Cece.
Oh, we're going to win on this.
They just got done fishing at 40 Creek.
This is what winning is, folks. Guys, this is what winning
Uncle
is.
Jack with his girlfriend Cece just got back fishing from
All the boys.
from 40 Creek
And Jim stopped
in the
by.
Niagara region and a Collingwood. Son of a bitch. We're going to be rich bitches.
were we talking about?
I don't know.
You had a good point.
Yes.
Do we are we setting this up for
Yeah.
Netflix and chill?
Here was my story. So, the listeners at home. So I'm Jeff, who's been married for several years and committed, whereas I'm a serial bachelor who's in his 40s. Found that next level and happy now and blah blah blah. But to get there, there was some. My wife always refers to me as a calculated. I'm calculated. So back in the day when we were hooking up through the daytime and getting to know each other and blah, blah, blah. I had playlists. I'd always have...
the mixtape.
Oh, the mixtape. The old mixtape.
There it is.
But it was always on in the background because I'm all about foreshadowing and subtle. So I would... I had a playlist with 100 songs on it, and every one of them was about two people having an affair or two people hooking up or love stories or blah. It was all foreshadowing. And it's hilarious.
Till
True
now.
story. We were driving through the
this
desert for like 3 or 4 hours, a year ago, and we're listening to this old. I called it our playlist, whatever it was called, and we're listening to it. She's like, "Oh, listen to that." So she goes, "Every song on here is about hooking up. Every song on here is about like making somebody fall in love with you." I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "You're a sly son of a bitch."
Welcome to the show.
Oh, welcome to the
show.
I am calculated. This is all
Yeah,
part
absolutely.
of the before I go to the bar, I'm putting on this cologne, wearing these underwear. This
is what we do to get what we want.
You know how we do that? By watching Graham Hancock, not by watching fucking somebody bitch about their boyfriend.
Well, there was a dude with the ghetto blaster in that mixtape.
So, is there the same thing for Netflix and chill? This is where we went with this. Is there a TV program we put on? Be like, let's make sure there's a love scene about 3/4 of the way through for the old Glove Club, the old Haktua.
Is that just us talking, or is that a thing?
I've never done that with Netflix. I've never thought about it. All I think about is...
No, because I know as soon as we watch movies, if she gets to pick, I'm falling asleep. Like I'm out within 7 minutes.
Or I'm crushing candies, or I'm solitairing, or I'm whatever on my phone.
You play the
Absolutely.
dumbest games.
I play games to shut my brain off. I shut my brain off. I don't want to engage anymore because what I can't do is while somebody's Vanderpumping or selling something on Sunset, I can't. What I can do is I can't study, ergonomics. I can't.
Yeah. No,
whatever.
that's fair.
I have to do something mind numbing, as mind numbing as what's on TV.
That's interesting. So I guess in the end, what do men do? Do we take one for the team and watch it, or I think it depends on your relationship. I think it personally depends on the term in your relationship. What term are you at? Are you first term, second term, third term? I think first, second, third term, probably I'll take one for the team.
Yeah.
Watch the shows, love them. Probably go out for ice cream after. Cotton candy, maybe.
Candy shop. I'll let you lick the lollipop.
You're talking.
He's not talking about lollipops there. I think they were referring to fellatio with that 50 Cent. There was a double
is that 50
entendre.
Cent?
Yeah.
Well, is he part of P Diddy?
No. He's like
He's East Side,
hardcore
West
against
Side?
P Diddy. Yeah, he's not. Yeah,
So he says.
He's the blue and the red. No. He's the years ago. He was. I ain't going to no P Diddy parties.
So he's just gay.
Yeah, yeah. He's on
No, he's
the.
not gay. He's just in a.
No.
He's
He's
in
the
the
Snoop Dogg Eminem side.
sucking
Did you
skin
not watch
lollipops?
Super Bowl last year? Come on.
Sadly.
Yeah, there was a whole big thing. My God, bunch of guys our
little
age
blonde-haired
sitting around
white
the
guy.
living room going, yeah.
Yeah. I was not cheering for that.
No. So,
Anyways,
take one for the team. We
So-
came back to take one for the team, and you know what?
so the
Is
first
it good enough?
Is it, well, if the first so many phases, do you take one for the team? Probably, because you do everything to take one for the team to get a piece. Now you're talking 15 to 20 year term. You take one for the team.
Right, then you don't. There's a whole different episode, but then you just don't give a shit anymore. Then it's like,
I think
watch
that's it.
whatever you want. I'll be upstairs.
Do they think the same thing?
Yes.
I don't think they do.
I don't know.
I think women have the same mindset. It's Christmas movies. It makes me feel happy and giddy and cute, and I love them. And
Yeah.
they've done that since the dawn of time.
Yeah. No, it's a thing. Do you know who else does that since the dawn of time? All of our kids. Our teenagers, all the people who just look at the world and say, I want it to be better. I want to believe there's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. I want to believe there's a love story at the end of this. Do you know what makes cajillions of dollars at the box office? Is people who find love at the end. People who rush and say, yes, there they are. And we don't do that. You know why? You know what?
It was sort of Terminator, and they killed everybody.
And do you know who... This is, we're wrapping up. We've talked about half-hour episodes, and we're about a half hour into this thing. But at the end of the day, menopause is the theme of our show. And is it the women's fault? Is it the men's fault? Is it nobody's fault? Is it just a discussion point? And at the end of the day, gentlemen at home listening, we're the assholes. We're the assholes. But in this case, I'm okay being the asshole.
Yeah.
I'm okay being the asshole. I don't want to watch some big-lipped, fake eyebrow, $1,000 eyelashes.
You're going somewhere else for there.
I don't want to watch this shit. And then
that's
look
okay,
at the
right?
end and say, I'm in love with you right now. This is what I want in my life, because it's not what I want in my life. It's not even a thing I want to be a part of. I also don't want to shoot guns and pretend I'm Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, want to let everything go. I want to feel like I love the person beside me. And if that means grabbing a handful of tit while their head's on my shoulder and playing some Candy Crush, I feel connected.
Yeah, if that's the win,
good.
That's your win. I think
if I fall asleep on your lap, I'm in a comfortable, relaxing point in my life where we're good. And that doesn't mean I got to be holding roses outside of a movie theater on December 24th saying, whoa, while the angelic glow goes behind me.
This is going to be a talking point on multiple episodes of this about getting the win. Yeah. And how big is your win? That's your win. It's a small win for you, but it's for you, and that's your win. Yeah. So you cop a feel, you do whatever you got to do. If that's your win,
what I'm interested in, and we do have to wrap this up because we could talk for 74 hours on every subject, but those listening at home, those guys driving down the highway right now saying, screw this, I'm watching Orange County Choppers, or I'm watching, Orange versus whatever, Yellowstone. I want to see somebody
it can't be one-sided.
It can't be one-sided. So before you write in, before you talk to us, what I want to know is not what you're watching, but why you're watching it, and what your partner's doing while you're doing so. Because I think most of the guys listening to this, although they're going to log in every day and listen to a different episode and say, yeah, these guys are awesome, their wives should be doing this, or their wives should be doing that. There's times where you're going to reach into us saying, you know what, you guys were right. We should be watching Kardashians and getting a cop in the field while on our phone, as long as we're in the moment. But I'm interested to hear what you have to say.
That's right. We did it. We tried it because we never do it before, but we tried it, and holy crap.
Yeah.
We actually... Went to the other room. We didn't even finish the movie.
Yeah. Well, listen, we said let's get into it, and we got into it.
Yeah.
Let's cheers this one out, and see you next week.
Cheers, buddy.